Hello and welcome back to another episode of Great Lakes Post Livestream. We are back. It has been a while since we have done one of these, but we are so thrilled to be back with you. I'm Casey Campbell from Great Lakes Post, and you're watching Great Lakes Post Livestream. Thanks so much for tuning in. And once again, we always have a very special guest joining us, none other than Matt DiBenedetto from the NASCAR Cup Series, driving the number 21 Motorcraft Quick Lane Ford for the Wood Brothers. Hello, Guido.
Yeah, it's good to be on here, Casey.
Hey, we'll get into tomorrow, getting ready for tomorrow's Kansas race for a minute, but let's start obviously with the big news yesterday. NASCAR announcing that no practice, no qualifying for the rest of the year. It's been like this since NASCAR has returned from the COVID-19 pandemic, but what are your initial thoughts on that?
Man, I've actually been surprised at how smoothly it's went, and it's been pretty cool to show how good the NASCAR teams are, that we can fire off with no practice, no qualifying, nothing, and our cars are that well prepared. The heights of the race cars are that close from the simulation, the technology, and the engineers doing a great job. So honestly, I haven't really had a problem with it, and it makes you work hard through the race, and it makes it where your experience pays off even more to make the right adjustments and have good communication. So I haven't minded it.
Yeah, no practice, no qualifying also means that you won't get a chance to practice at the Daytona Road Course. But I know you got to be the test driver for the Indy Road Course. But have you raced on the Daytona Road Course, and what's that race going to be like in about a month?
I haven't, so I would say that would probably be the only one that I'm a little bit worried about. I understand the circumstance, so it's no big deal. I think I look at it two ways. I'm like, it'd be kind of fun, and I would love to be watching as like a spectator. From a driver's standpoint that's never been around the track, I would say, that's going to be a little nerve-wracking, but it is what it is. Most everyone's in the same boat. There will be some guys that have an advantage, like Michael McDowell and Kyle Busch and some of these guys that ran, down at the Daytona Road Course. But it is what it is. I don't think it's too big of a deal, and we'll get that track figured out. Everyone at the Cup level is just so talented that we have a lot of faith in everyone.
You'll be racing at Kansas Speedway tomorrow night. Of course, Thursday night we get these midweek races. You told me before this show started that Kansas is actually one of your favorite mile-and-a-half tracks. What's so fun about Kansas?
Yeah, I would rate Kansas as probably one of my favorites for sure. Because I think, the fact that we can run from the very bottom of the racetrack all the way to the outside wall is what makes that place so unique and so fun. And it develops more and more character every year that we go there. Really, the more that the surface of that track ages, the better the racing gets. So it's been a fun place that especially with the way the rules, the aero packages on the car. Kansas is a track where it works well. Some places I complain about it a lot, but Kansas, is a place where you can go in the corner and find that clean air, and you can really race 3 and 4 wide and do a lot of that stuff that at some other places you just can't. So I look forward to Kansas more than others.
All right, coming up next, we'll talk about how Matt got his start into racing and what's been like racing for the Wood Brothers this year. We'll be back.
Is your money not sure what to do with itself? At Ally, we'll help it save for the future with our smart savings tools. For all things money, you deserve an Ally.
And we're back. Haven't said that in a while. That sounds pretty good. And Matt DiBenedetto joins us, of course. So, Matt, how did this racing thing start for you?
Oh, that's a long story, but the short version is none of my family was involved in racing at all, really, as a kid. My dad liked cars and stuff, but that was about the extent. And I played baseball, but every Sunday I watched NASCAR on TV. My parents were passing through the channels. I made them go back to NASCAR, and they were like, "What do you want to watch that for?" Never watched a day in our lives. and I loved it. I was hooked from the first time I watched it. And long story short, I rode four-wheelers, dirt bikes. I was wide open on everything, watched NASCAR every week. So clearly that was my passion, and my parents caught on to that very quick. And a friend that I played Little League Baseball with heard about that. My dad called me his little Jeff Gordon, and they happened to race at our local dirt track out in California called Cycleland Speedway. And they were like, hey, come check it out. And that's how it started, and the rest is history.
I know you've had a lot of success so far, in your career advancing on, of course. You were with LFR last year, and before that with Go Fast, and I think you were with the BK team for a while. But what has been your best moment so far in your NASCAR career?
There have been a couple that stick out to me. There's been so many amazing moments that have gotten me to where I am today, and I've been really lucky beyond what anyone would possibly ever believe, because I've had a lot of odds stacked against me. But two that stick out are when we had a shot at winning the night race last year and lost it right at the very end from some damage. That one was a heartbreaker, but it was also a special moment because the crowd erupted for us when we got out of the car, and I was so taken back, I was speechless, and that was a very emotional week because I had found out I wasn't returning to the team, and so much was going on. It was a really big struggle. So that was a special moment I won't ever forget. And then the moment that I got a call from the Wood Brothers to come and talk about driving that 21 car, and when I inked that deal, that was way beyond what I could have dreamt as a kid.
Yeah, I want to get and going forward with that. Of course, you got to race with the Wood Brothers this year. How has that been so far?
It's been good. We're a new group working together. So, and then when all this no practice, no qualifying stuff hit, it made it a little tougher, I think, on us. But we've really worked hard on our communication and everything together. And man, it seems like the last 4 or 5 weeks we've really hit our stride. And every week we've been up top 5, top 10. Competing up front and contending for the wins. So that's super encouraging, and we're doing it at the right time when, we're coming up on playoffs fairly soon, and we're just getting better and better every week working together as a team. So I'm pretty pumped up about that, and it's a great group, and obviously driving, for Wood Brothers and having that alliance that we have with Team Penske and driving these fast Mustangs, of course. My race car and I got a Mustang out in the driveway here too, but they're right.
Yeah, you of course got to you're working with Greg Irwin this year. What is that relationship been like?
It's great. Greg's a great guy. He's been a lot of fun to work with and get to know. He's very easy and comfortable to talk to, so we've had great communication, and that's where we've just picked up and gotten better and better because we're so comfortable talking to each other. So, Greg's been around a long time, as most people know, so and he's really excited. We're all excited together that we're just continuing to improve and compete, knowing we're putting ourselves in position to have a shot at winning really on a weekly basis right now is what's so exciting.
Yeah. All right, coming up, we'll get Matt's thoughts on what the All-Star race was like a few weeks ago at Bristol, and plus we'll preview we'll talk more about that Kansas race tomorrow. We will be right back.
What is this thing?
A Roxor.
Ain't no turn signals.
No traffic where this goes.
Ain't no plastic.
Nope. Box steel frame, too.
Woo-wee, that's purty. No nav TV screen.
It's up there.
Ain't got no license plate.
Ain't street legal. That's the best part.
If you're looking for unmatched capability and industrial strength durability, it all starts here for under 16 grand.
Ain't no toy, huh?
Nope.
And we are back. Matthew Benedetto is back with us. Of course, before the break, I talked about the Bristol All-Star race. Wow. I know, for a NASCAR person that's been around the sport for a while, I never thought that the All-Star race would move out of Charlotte. But it did, and it was a pretty good show, and I'm pretty sure all the fans that were there thought it was too.
Yeah, that was fun. I actually liked it. I'm pretty biased, of course, because everyone knows how much I love Bristol, and I love track racing more than anything in the world. So that and road course racing, but so that it turned out great. Though it was so exciting to be able to race our way in. Too, it was amazing that we had so much fan support too. In the boat, But it really felt good to win that final segment, race our way, or stage, I should say, race our way into the All-Star race, and to do it at Bristol, that was a neat experience.
Yeah. Of course, we're going to Kansas tomorrow, as I said earlier in the show. Of course, the Thursday night race. How do you like? It's a midweek race, of course. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And it's also kind of like, kind of also when baseball's coming back this weekend. But what's it going to be like racing on these midweek races? Do you like them?
I do, and what I was most curious about is I thought they were awesome. A weeknight race, thought that was a really cool concept. Always wanted to try it. Was excited that we were able to get to try it now this year due to circumstances. What I was most excited to see was people's reaction, and what stood out to me so much is that we did them, and I was like, man, this is awesome. I love it. But let's see what people's reactions are. And even from friends of mine, they've asked me many times, like, hey, when's the next midweek race? It's so cool. Give us something to look forward to on a Wednesday night, or in this case, a Thursday night. And it was neat to see that kind of response and energy from everyone, that they were that excited about it. So I was like, man, all right, now I'm fully on board with these midweek races. I love it, and they love it.
Yeah, of course, as you said, the team's been really getting up there in points. Of course, got a really good shot at making the playoffs this year. What's it gonna take to get the W down in Kansas?
Yeah, what I focus on, and I've really learned to hone in on focusing on is just focusing on our race car and how to make it the best it can be for that race, whether that's a 8th place car or a 4th place car or 2nd or whatever it is. And if you do that and you just put yourself in position to be up there at the end, you never know what happens. That's when you put yourself in a position to win, because the best car doesn't always win each week. So if we just stay consistent like we have been, every week for the last while, we've had a car that can run in the top 5. That's unbelievable to have that. So if we keep doing that, I think it'll fall our way whenever it's meant to be. We had some bad luck last weekend. Another top 5 car running 4th around that area at the end of the race when it counted, and then we had a situation, got taken out by a lap car and ruined our day. But it's just encouraging we're running so well.
All right. Hey, Matt, thank you so much for coming on and talking with us today, and good luck tomorrow night at Kansas.
Sounds great. Thanks, Casey. Thanks for having me on.
And we'd like to thank all of you for watching our Great Lakes Post live stream, and it felt really good to be back. And I'm Casey Campbell. We'll see you next time.